So, okay, everybody, we're going to do notes. The very first section of our class, section 1.1, printing. So we did printing yesterday. So let's take a look. And remember, you're going to have this. So you don't have to write everything down. You can write things down. You don't have to. I'm giving you this link. You could make a Google Doc with all your notes links in it if you want to use my notes. Here's two print calls, systemout.print hello and print with an ln world. Case matters, it has to be capital S. See that if you did a small s, it won't work. And remember, the print command without the ln prints something and stays on that line. And when you have an ln, it goes to a new line. And then I guess I'm just giving you some tips. Blocks of code are surrounded by braces or curly brackets. And for the most part, every line ends with a semicolon except for lines with braces. And lines that could have braces. Braces are sometimes optional. So don't worry, I'm going to show you things. And you don't have to write this all down. You're going to have access to this in just a minute. You can put comments into your code. And comments don't affect the execution. They don't have to be a programming language. Comments can be a note to yourself, like finish this later, or it could be your name with the date, or it could be the name of a little part of your program. So here's an example of a comment. Comments, you do double slashes. So that's the slash that's by the question mark on the keyboard. And then there's another way to do a multiple line comment, and that's a slash star, and then however many lines you want, and then a star slash at the end. And that's a multi-line comment. So here's something new. It's called an escape sequence. This line at the top does not work. You can't, if you wanted to print a quote, you can't put it inside of quotes, right? You could see how that could be a little complicated, like quote, quote, quote. Java is like, what are you trying to do here? There's a way to do it. And what you do is you put a backslash in front of the quote that you want to print. And that tells Java, hey, we're actually printing a quote here. This isn't, don't think of this as a quote. Think of it as something that you need to print that happens to be a quote. It's called an escape sequence. I don't know why. And I know it looks a little funny, but here, quote, and then backslash quote, quote. This will print a quote. And it's funny that this thing is blocking the notes. So I'll move that up here. Hello.
Why does it not print say?
I left. That's a mistake. So say, good catch. Say my name. Guess that's a line from a movie, but there's a little word after it that I didn't include. Okay. Good news, there's only like 5 of these you have to remember. So, and this backslash is the one that's by the delete key or the enter key on your keyboard. It's not the one that's with the question mark. That's a forward slash. This is a backslash. So I'll show you. Here's the other 4. There's backslash n. That goes to a new line. Backslash t prints a tab. I said it's the other 4. And here's the quote. And then, yeah, you might actually need to print a backslash. And to do that, you do backslash, backslash. And this line, I give you a crazy line, classes, colon, backslash n, backslash t, math, backslash, It prints classes, goes to a new line, and tabs in once. That's what this backslash t is. And it's kind of weird that it's right next to the word math, but that Java decodes it. It's like, okay, I'm working my way through. Oh, here's a tab. And then, oh, now there's text. And then here's a new line and a tab. And so, everything we did yesterday, you could do in a single print call if you wanted to with these codes to go to new lines and things. Yeah, here's a crazy looking one. Backslash, 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 quote, / quote. Yeah, that prints this. Because the 2 backslashes here print a backslash, and then / quote prints a quote, and then the / is just a / It's a little crazy, but here's another example. I saw them and said / quote good morning / quote and then a quote, and that's what it prints out. I saw them and said good morning with quotes around it. These are a lot easier to write than they are to read. Like if I ask you to do something like go to a new line and then do a tab, like you can go, okay, new line, /n, and then tab, /t. And then you can like type the stuff you need. But if you're trying to read it later, as a human, it's like, oh man, But anyway, here's the summary. There's only four that you need to know for this course. The quote one, the / one, the T one, and the N one. Any questions? Okay, so I'll post these on the Google Classroom. We have a fairly simple REPL assignment. So you'll open another tab, go into REPL, create a new REPL, and do whatever it says to do. And then there's also this AP Classroom video that I've assigned. And I'll post these on the Google Classroom. And then also, I'll stop the recording.